Texas is headed to the semifinals and they get to play Ohio State and they get to do something that might be kind of weird, but if you know, you know, they might be able to be the end of Ohio State season and be the beginning of their next season. But before I get into all this exciting stuff, I just want to say hook 'em, and I see a piece of my hair that is already bothering me. So hook 'em, let's go Texas. I'm a Texas fan. Listen, there's so many people that are like, Texas doesn't have a chance, Texas doesn't have a chance. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is college football. All you want is to be in the game. You want to have a chance to beat good teams. So this is the semifinals of the college football playoffs. I expect Texas to show up and I expect Texas to be ready to play this game. Texas is going to be an underdog for the first time, and I think all season they're going to be an underdog. They're going to have to go out there and compete against a very talented Ohio State team. I'm not scared of competition. I don't think Texas should be scared of competition. You can always tell when these games come up who's scared of a little competition and who's not scared of a little competition. Each team this year has had moments where people were doubting them. Ryan Day has had moments where people have questioned his coaching. Steve Sarkisian has had moments where people have questioned his coaching. This is just what it is at this point. It is time for us to go out on the field, and it's time for us to make it happen.
I also have a plan for the third quarter lulls. If you're a Texas fan, you know what I'm saying when I say third quarter lulls. I have a plan for the third quarter lulls.
I'm excited to see this Texas team. Quinn Ewers has this unique ability to do something kind of interesting. He has a chance to beat his former team in a semi-playoff game to go to the finals. He also has an opportunity to be probably one of the first transfer portal quarterbacks that gets to go back and defeat his team. I don't know, kind of seems funny. He gets to beat Ohio State and Michigan all in the same year while not playing them in the same conference. I don't know if that is a normal thing. And also, Ewers gets a chance to prove everybody wrong. We all know people have all these mixed feelings about Ewers. I always say a lot of people have mixed feelings about Ewers because they know Manning is behind him. And so they think that as a college quarterback, Ewers is supposed to be perfect and hit every single throw. He's never going to be that. No college quarterback is ever going to be that. But when you have somebody named Manning behind you, that is the expectation. And so I'm not here to tell you that Quinn Ewers is the best quarterback in college football. I'm not going to say that, but I will say this is an opportunity for overtime Quinn to show up in this game and to put this team on his back and to prove a point. This is also a Steve Sarkisian game because we are the underdogs. And so all the things I said about Arizona State, fake punt, throw the kitchen sink, trick plays, all those things, all the things I said that Arizona State needed to do to beat Texas, which they almost did, are all the things that Texas should be focused on this week in order to beat Ohio State. Do I think Texas has the talent to contend with Ohio State? Absolutely. I think these are the two best rosters in college football. That's my opinion. But let me stop ranting on this side. I'm going to get to the other side of this video and talk about a couple of things I'm going to be paying attention to because I'm actually very excited for this game. I'm actually very excited to see which Texas team shows up. So let me stop rambling and get to the other side of this video. This is what you train for. This is the moment where you get locked in and get focused. This is why you woke up at 6 a.m. to go lift weights. This is why you did the extra rep in the gym. This is why you did all of the extra you did for this exact moment. And this is supposed to be fun. I always say pressure busts pipes or pressure makes diamonds. And I like diamonds. And I hope this Texas Longhorn team likes diamonds because it is going to be time for them to show up and prove who they are. Everyone is doubting Texas unless you're a Texas fan, and even some Texas fans are doubting Texas. I know all the reasons why everyone is saying Ohio State should win this football game. I understand it. If Texas would have gone out and handled Arizona State exactly like they were supposed to, nobody would actually pick Texas to lose to this Arizona State or this Ohio State team. I hope I haven't been saying Arizona State this whole time. I hope I've been saying Ohio State. Let's assume I've been saying Ohio State this whole time. But nobody is really giving Texas a chance to beat Ohio State because everyone has said since the playoffs started, Ohio State has looked great. Ohio State has done this. The one thing I know about football is there's no absolute truths anymore. There is no absolute certainty of what these coaches are going to do. If you trust a single coach in college football, I don't know what to tell you because none of them can be trusted because they all do this wonky stuff all the time. So I expect this game to be no different. I don't do score predictions, but I expect this game to be a good game because Texas can compete. Texas just has to show up and do what they're supposed to do. And I think this will be a very good football game. I think turnovers is going to be very important in this game. Let's be honest, anytime you get to championship games, semifinals, finals, all those things, Super Bowls, turnovers are always a big thing because turnovers are going to swing the momentum. I think turnovers are going to be very important in this game, mainly because Texas has a history of giving the ball over at least one time a game. I think I can go on record and officially say that I believe Texas has given the ball over in almost every single game that they've played in probably the last 6 or 7 games. That's just what they do. We have to hope that that turnover doesn't come back to bite us. However, this Texas offense cannot be a liability. We have seen this offense be a liability for the back half of this year. This defense has been doing what they're supposed to do, but this offense stalls out and becomes a liability. Texas has to play a game where their offense is not a liability. That is not acceptable. So we need to stay focused on that and make that be true. I also have a plan for the third quarter lulls. If you're a Texas fan, you know what I'm saying when I say third quarter lulls. I have a plan for the third quarter lulls, and this is very out of the back. This is very out of the box. My breaking news, in order for Texas to not have a third quarter lull, is start Arch Manning in the third quarter. Give Arch Manning the first 2 drives in the third quarter. Why not? What do we have to lose? Why not? Throw something out there different. Break your tendencies, break your trends, break what you normally do. Break the cycle. Do something that you haven't done before, Sark. Bring out Arch Manning and have him lead that offense in the third quarter. What if Texas got Arch Manning the football to start the third quarter? Everything would go out the window. Ohio State wouldn't know what to do because they don't know what Arch can do. And everybody is scared of Arch because his last name is Manning. So Texas, if you want to break the cycle of what you do and you want to get out of the third quarter lulls, let's act like the third quarter is a different game and let's start a different quarterback. Let's start Arch Manning on their first 2 drives in the third quarter. Probably won't happen, but I'm throwing it out there into the universe because what if it does happen? What if somebody sees this and says this is a great idea? So let's start Arch in that third quarter. Let's stop the lulls. Let's give our team a spark. Let's infuse something different. Let's start Arch Manning in that third quarter. I think it's a great idea. Our running game has to get going, obviously. Our offensive line has to do everything they're supposed to do. This is going to be one of those games where all 11 guys have to do their job on offense and all 11 guys have to do their job on defense. That is just what's going to happen. I also feel like this is the game where Sark has to establish the run and Sark has to focus in on play calling that makes sense. I said on record, Arizona State, in my opinion, was the worst game I had seen Sark call in a long time. So I need Ohio State to be the best game I have seen Sark call in a long time because we cannot afford to do weird coaching things. If we need to milk the clock, we need to milk the clock. If we need certain things, we need to do certain things. If we are up by 10 points and we have a lead, we need to not let Quinn Ewers throw the ball just to throw the ball. We have to be smart here. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. The thing about football games that I know that I've watched is momentum is everything. Texas has to do everything they can to keep the momentum on their side because if they can keep the momentum on their side, I like our chances. I also feel like there's a little bit of room for error. I think that Texas can compete with him in the trenches, and so that's a great thing. So I need us to prove me right. I need us to compete with him in the trenches. I need us to do all the things we're supposed to do because I'm expecting Texas to win this game. I'm expecting the field goal kicker to make field goals. I'm expecting Quinn Ewers to have a good game, and I'm expecting us to be able to run the ball because you know what? That is my expectations of this Texas football team. And I am not going to lower my expectations based on the game that I just watched them play. I am going to remember my expectations for Texas are dominate in the trenches, run the football, take care of the football, special teams do their jobs, offense do their jobs, defense do their jobs. That is it. That is my standard. I'm not going to change my standard just because of the competition. I expect Texas to go out there and win this football game. I expect to be making a video after this game and I will be able to come back and I will be like, that was a rough one. That was a tough fought game. It was back and it was forth and they threw a punch and we threw a punch and then our defense had a stand and then their defense had a stand and then our offense did this. I expect Texas to do what needs to be done. The reason why I feel good about this game is anytime a team has to band together and completes a 4th down and 13 into overtime to keep a season alive, I have to think, because based off what some people have told me, I have to believe that that drive impacted this Texas team. And if that is true, and if that Texas team remembered what it felt like when they thought they were going to lose that game, and when they made that catch and the touchdown, and when they continued to move on for the rest of that overtime and ultimately win that game, I am going to stick to that meaning something to them. And I am going to stick to the fact that if that meant something to you, it meant something to the coaches, it meant something to the players, and it meant something to everybody. So I am going to stick on that. Once you know what it feels like to almost lose and have like the defeat almost sitting in on you, and then it doesn't happen, and then you get another chance, most people that are competitors, most people that have been in competitive situations know what that feels like, and you know the fire you come back with. So I'm going to ride with my team because I believe they have the skills to do it. I believe they have the coaches to do it. And I believe that they believe that they can do it. And that really matters to me because they've been tested this year. And this is their moment where they will get to see if we pass the test or not. And I think this might be a Sark game. I think this might be a Steve Sarkisian game. So we'll see. Who knows, right? At the end of the day, I'm going to pick Texas to win this game. It is the playoffs. How dare you even fix yourself to think that I would ever pick against my team in the semifinals when you're heading to play for a national championship? The goal at the end of last season for these seniors that came back to play for this team is to go to the national championship game and win. That was the goal. And if that is the goal, you're in prime position to get to that goal. So I'm going to ride with Texas. I need them to find a way to get in this national championship game. I don't care if it is a last second field goal and I have to come on camera and apologize to the kicker because he has sucked all season. I will do that, but I need Texas to figure out a way. So Ewers, Sark, defense, offense, coaches, staff, special teams, whoever you are, if you're on this Texas football team, if you're a fan of this Texas football team, this is the moment. It doesn't get any bigger than this. This is the biggest moment in this football season. And honestly, I'm just excited that I get to watch it. I'm excited that I get to sit back and watch it and cheer on my team and be a proud fan. At the end of the day, this is what you want. This is what you want as a fan, is the opportunity for your team to have a chance to go to the championship game. And we're here now. So let's see what we can do. And we are carrying the weight of the SEC on our backs. So we're going to carry that and we're going to go in there and we're going to take care of business. So I will end this video here. Let me know if you made it to the end of this video. As always, hook 'em.